vaping, right?
In fact, that's the new project that we're starting. We have just what's preliminary data now. When we look at the superheated particles, which is what you're inhaling, we're finding, we haven't published this yet, so this is unpublished. My master's student, this is her thesis project right now, so the data is forthcoming. But the early data suggests that it actually, at a relatively controlled dose, matching it for the cigarette smoke dose that we used previously, it's worse. So now, I can't speak to the consequences of the tumorigenesis effects, like maybe the person's going to have slightly better outcomes with cancer. But when we're looking at the outcome we've measured so far is mitochondrial outcomes, looking at the degree to which the mitochondria can take in oxygen and convert it to ATP, rather than the oxygen being converted into superoxide radical. It's worse with the superheated particles from the vaping than from the cigarette smoke.
Do you think this is coming down to nicotine or
I don't know.
Other things in the vape?
I don't know. So we have just the whole animal data so far, and then the next step will be isolating individual particles to try to find out, all right, which culprit, if one culprit is more to blame with regards to the e-cig exposure versus the cigarette, because it is different chemicals.
Yeah, right. No, you have to let me know. I'm
I will.
in that.
Yeah.
Before we get into some solutions here, I'd also love to touch on one more thing that you've also looked at with respect to other causes of insulin resistance and metabolic health, and that is commonly prescribed medication.